It's JEJE Vibe. Bye. It's JEJE Vibe. We vibing.
You know it's JEJE Vibe.
We moving.
You know it's JEJE Vibe.
We chilling.
You know it's JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe.
It's JEJE Vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another beautiful episode. Amazing.
We're back.
Of JEJE Vibe. You know I got the queen with me. JEJE Vibe. What are we going to be talking about today?
I guess it's time to dive into the company aspect of the technology, the companies behind these technologies that we're all using these days.
I think one that has been one of the top for the past few years now, let's say the past 3 years now, has been OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, the creators behind DALL-E, and also the creators that promised us AGI. The leader of this OpenAI happens to be Sam Altman. Sam is the CEO of OpenAI. But the crazy part about OpenAI is that though it calls itself, or it goes by the name Open, which is supposed to be like open source.
Open source AI.
It's really not.
At least that was what Elon Musk said. He named it.
That was what Elon Musk said.
And there's nothing open about it.
Everything is closed source.
So OpenAI was actually started, and it was meant to be open source. I named it OpenAI after open source. It is in fact closed source, super closed. It should be renamed super closed source for maximum profit AI. So because this is what it actually is. It's gone from an open source foundation, a 501c3, to suddenly it's like a $90 billion for-profit corporation with closed source. So I don't know how you go from here to there. That seems like I don't know how you get. I don't know is this legal?
You can't even get the hold of the code for ChatGPT, the generative models for the AI. Everything is closed source with so many shells. So many shells.
Shell accounts. At least we saw that when Elon Musk now decided to sue them because they said they were supposed to be a non-profit company.
Yeah.
And somehow is now profiting, getting in bed with Microsoft and whatnot.
In 2019, after they realized how much mother effing money they could make from this thing, they tweaked the corporate structure a bit. OpenAI Inc. is still a non-profit, but it wholly owns and controls an LLC. That LLC controls a holding company, which is a majority owner in OpenAI Global LLC, a capped profit company, and that entity has received a massive investment from Microsoft.
So let's talk about the lawsuit. Here it is, filed on 2/29/2024. This is Elon Musk directly suing Sam Altman individually, Greg Brockman individually, and OpenAI, every single entity, as you can see here. And there is the demand for a jury trial.
And Elon, being one of the first investors, or the first investors in OpenAI, I can understand where he's coming from. there was an analogy he used when it comes to the forest and saying that you're doing it for the environment at the same time you're trying to make profit from deforestation.
For profit closed source. I mean, this would be like let's say you funded an organization to save the Amazon rainforest, and instead they became a lumber company and chopped down the forest and sold it for money.
More like OpenAI saying that this artificial intelligence is going to cripple humanity or something, and you're using it to save the world.
You're creating AI, which I have no problem with, but at the same time,
and then they come up with some, I guess, in quote, security measures to save this AI, and have couple of I guess some of the team members work on safety. Then they started complaining that they have no sense of direction to where the safety procedures are going.
Crazy. And so many people are leaving OpenAI.
A lot of them left.
What about OpenAI's safety? Obviously, Helen Toner and the early board members had some concerns, and they were booted off the board. And then we had Jan, who was the head of alignment, and he left, and they disbanded the alignment team. So Jan, the head of alignment over at OpenAI, saying that I've been disagreeing with OpenAI leadership about the company's core priorities for quite some time until we finally reached a breaking point.
And some of them couldn't even talk to, because I guess their NDA, whereby if they say much, they might lose their options.
Exactly.
Now, when Jan spoke up like this, it raised some more questions, like why has everybody else who left OpenAI recently not been speaking out about the dangers and the fact that maybe OpenAI is approaching things in a less than safe way? Well, it turned out that OpenAI had an agreement that people signed when they left the company where they agreed to a non-disparagement, meaning they couldn't talk badly about OpenAI, and if they did, they would lose their vested equity in the company. I mean, that borderline doesn't even feel legal. However, Sam Altman took to Twitter to say, in regards to recent stuff about how OpenAI handles equity, we've never clawed back anyone's vested equity, nor will we do that if people do not sign a separation agreement. Vested equity is vested equity, full stop. He goes on to say it should never have been something we had in any documents or communication. This is on me and one of the few times I've been genuinely embarrassed running OpenAI. I did not know this was happening, and I should have. And that line right there is important. More and more evidence came out that Sam actually did know that this was part of it, and he agreed with it. In fact, if we go back and look at this post on Sam Altman, there's a community post on it saying, according to leaked messages and documents obtained by Vox, senior leadership at OpenAI, including Altman, were very much aware of these equity clawback provisions and signed off on them. Here's the article in question from Vox. Leaked OpenAI document reveal aggressive tactics towards former employees. In the article, this says, company documents obtained by Vox with signatures from Altman complicate their claim that the clawback provisions were something they hadn't known about. This Vox article also publicly published all of the agreements that people had to sign so that you can actually review them, but you can clearly see that Sam Altman did sign off on all of it.
On some crazy shit.
Then one of them finally bespoke, a woman.
She said,
Apparently she forfeited that option.
crazy.
For years, Sam had made it really difficult for the board to actually do that job by, withholding information, misrepresenting things that were happening at the company, in some cases outright lying to the board. At this point, everyone always says, like what? Give me some examples. And I can't share all the examples, but to give a sense of sort of the kind of thing that I'm talking about is things like, when ChatGPT came out, November 2022, the board was not informed in advance about that. We learned about ChatGPT on Twitter. Sam didn't inform the board that he owned the OpenAI startup fund even though he, constantly was claiming to be an independent board member with no financial interest in the company. On multiple occasions, he gave us inaccurate information about the small number of formal safety processes that the company did have in place, meaning that it was, basically impossible for the board to know how well those safety processes were working or what might need to change. And then, a last example that I can share, because it's been very widely reported, relates to this paper that I wrote, which has been, I think, way overplayed in the press. The problem was that after the paper came out, Sam started lying to other board members in order to try and push me off the board. So it was another example that just really damaged our ability to trust him, and actually only happened in late October last year when we were already talking pretty seriously about whether we needed to fire him. And so, there's more individual examples, and for any individual case, Sam could always come up with some kind of innocuous sounding explanation of why it wasn't a big deal or misinterpreted or whatever. But the end effect was that after years of this kind of thing, all four of us who fired him came to the conclusion that we just couldn't believe things that Sam was telling us. And that's a completely unworkable place to be in as a board, especially a board that is supposed to be providing independent oversight over the company, not just helping the CEO to raise more money.
And then now he took over the position of the, I guess, someone managing the safety now.
OpenAI formed a new safety and security committee. This new committee is responsible for making recommendations on critical safety and security decisions for all OpenAI projects, recommendations in 90 days. So of course they're probably going to bring in people from outside of OpenAI to make sure that the people inside of OpenAI are doing things in a safe way, right? Today, the OpenAI board formed a safety and security committee led by directors Brett Taylor, Adam D'Angelo, Nicole Seligman, and Sam Altman. This committee will be responsible for making recommendations to the full board on critical safety and security decisions for OpenAI projects and operations. So you're telling me that the CEO of OpenAI, who makes all of the financial decisions on what to launch and is basically the salesman for OpenAI, is also the guy making the decisions on the security and safety of OpenAI? Seems a little conflicty. Now, the board also includes a whole bunch of other people, but all of them are OpenAI employees.
How can you be the CEO and also be the one supervising safety? I guess since you're the CEO, you'll be the one who knows what's safe or not.
This is juicy.
There's so much going on right now that OpenAI is using public data, according to them, which it could be YouTube videos, Instagram posts, TikTok, and all the rest.
Yeah, the chief technical officer came out and
she was asked,
and she mentioned it. We use publicly licensed
data.
What data was used to train Sora?
We used publicly available data and licensed data.
So, videos on YouTube?
I'm actually not sure about that.
Okay. Videos from Facebook, Instagram?
If they were publicly available.
Which is everybody's data.
So,
it's public.
Hey. Even our content on YouTube is publicly licensed. So you can imagine that.
So everything is being used to train this AI. Very soon you'll see ourselves in AI form, because they're using this to train the new model, the new video model, which is Sora. Can we get deep into your data right now and take that to train this AI?
You would like to know everything about you.
Everything.
Creepy. Spyware alert.
Everything. We're in your device. We're in your lives. We're in your...
What makes you you?
We're here to consume you.
Crazy.
The consumer has become consumed. This is crazy. We're in a crazy time right now. OpenAI. I have nothing against what they're doing.
And I'm sorry, man. This text to video seemed like a no. I take it back. Not sim. It is a actually shitty concept.
It is, because I don't see why that should be a technology that the world should be fascinated about. Let me say this.
Oh, yeah. Raise your hand and put one of your fingers to your nose so we know you're not AI.
AI for Good Global Summit. He joins in remotely while his interviewer is live on stage. Now, in order to make sure that he's human, he has to do a sort of physical captcha, if you will. So in case you were wondering, hello, that's the new way that we're going to be proving we're human, I guess.
Crazy.
I guess that's where we're heading right now. And AI is not good in fingers. So
only the mouth moves.
So
funny.
That's the only way we can tell that we're not AI. That's on the hands. It's here. It's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Crazy.
We're not AI generated. If you see us, know that we're not AI generated. If it's not JEJE Vibe, know that it's not. It's not us.
Ain't this crazy?
Crazy, yo. I guess that's where we're heading right now. We need to like be able to like state ourselves, man. I'm not AI. Please, I'm not AI. I ain't got nothing to do with AI. I am me. Okay, AI cannot represent or what they say, replace me. Never. Okay, so for those of you who are scared of AI, don't be scared of AI. AI is just a thing that we'll all go crazy about it. Then we'll just like move on to the next thing. Like, okay, what's up? What's next?
They should have just find another name to term whatever software that they're building. Don't attach AI to it.
Everything now is AI. Like
you could find a name for whatever you're building, but why must you attach AI to it?
It's crazy. That's why I'm like, sometimes I'm grateful, because
if I see any product with AI, you are actually redundantly dumb.
Like crazy. Imagine like the roadcaster is being called an AI.
Crazy.
What are we doing?
We're naming our gadgets now AI.
Everything
crazy.
This is crazy though. But that's OpenAI, guys. OpenAI, remarkable what they've been able to do, putting themselves as one of the top companies, but also like the deals. Like when you now look at how remarkable it is, now like, okay, shit, you guys are not doing it by yourself. You guys are like, you have Microsoft, your baby daddy. Or sugar daddy. You have Microsoft
that now recently married to Apple.
Like, this is crazy though. Like,
and then OpenAI is now the side chick.
Like, what are we doing? Like, OpenAI, like, why you
love triangle?
Why you entangled in this shit? Like, OpenAI is entangled in so. This is crazy. Yo. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is OpenAI and all that is to OpenAI. What do you guys think about this video? If you guys like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And shout out to my queen. And you know, it's JEJE Vibe.
It's JEJE Vibe. It's JEJE Vibe, vibe. We move.
JEJE Vibe.
It's gone.